Today, Kevin, you are taking me inside of a rectangular pyramid, also known as a pyramid. Let's get right into the brain tank. All right, Kevin. What do you got for me?
So, I decided to try asking you trivia on some famous figures in history, but I wanted to reduce it to a specific type of person.
Okay.
Vice presidents of the United States.
I only know like 5 of them, so it was
arguably one of the most useless positions, but the most important during crises.
Yes.
So there have been many, many characters holding the office. The latest of which, Joe Biden. And
I like how you called them characters.
Because that's what they are. Really, that's what they are. And we're going to be talking about some of these characters' stories today.
You know they're real people, right?
Yes. So, true or false?
Yeah.
Al Gore first rose to fame, into public persona, when he misspelled potato at a spelling bee.
It'd be funny if he misspelled internet, because he always claiming that he invented the internet. Potato? Really? I wouldn't be surprised. He was a vice president. So I'm going to say true.
It's actually false. It was Dan Quayle.
Oh, Dan Quayle. He couldn't spell... I knew that one, too, because they made jokes about how he could spell onion, but he couldn't spell potato.
Right, exactly. So Quayle was relying on note cards handed out by the school, and that had a typo on it. And he decided to rely on the note cards rather than his own judgment. And...
like robots do.
Yes. We're not saying Quayle's a robot, but you heard it here first. So, now we're going back farther in history.
Spoiler
John
alert.
Garner was the vice president of FDR. So, during the New Deal time. Do you think it's true or false that he got his nickname Cactus Jack from his opposition to the New Deal?
Because he's so prickly, and he was opposing the New Deal. Cactus Jack. I don't know. I'm gonna say true.
It's actually false.
Okay, stop.
So he actually earned the name Cactus Jack for campaigning for the prickly pear to be the state flower of Texas.
He was from Texas, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay.
But that's one way to earn a nickname.
Hey, look, there are kids in New Hampshire that want a hawk to be the state bird, the state hawk. They want a state hawk for New Hampshire, so I'm okay with a prickly pear being a state flower, whatever. Move along.
Now, a little bit further back in history, this one's very famous. I'm sure you've heard of it. Is it true or false that Vice President Aaron Burr, right at the end of his term, was shot and killed by Alexander Hamilton in an illegal duel?
Oh yeah, I've totally heard about that duel. See, now I'm afraid you're tricking me about some detail of the duel that you just said this and this that I wasn't paying attention to because you said, "Oh, you've heard this one." I'm gonna say true.
It's actually false.
See,
Alexander Hamilton shot and killed, Alexander Hamilton was killed by Aaron Burr.
See, I knew someone died in that duel, and you tricked me.
The vice president Aaron Burr was not killed while in office. He died much later.
From shame.
Actually, yeah, he never had public office again. Like, no one wanted to work with him after
you killed
killing
the
an
former
American
president.
icon.
Killing a former American icon.
So, Spiro Agnew was vice president for Nixon.
He's also a Pokemon, but go on.
So, Agnew was another of these characters who was actually charged with multiple counts of bribery, like over $10,000 worth, while in the office of the vice presidency. Is it true or false that he had to be bailed out of jail by Frank Sinatra?
Okay. So, because I don't want to get out of this with 0 points, and I'm merely just tracking the trend that's going on here of false, 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 I'm going to say true, and hope that I'm going to get one of these right.
It's actually false.
What?
So, he was friends with Frank Sinatra, like, he lent them money for lawyers, but, being bailed out, it wasn't actually true.
So did he go to jail?
No.
There's so many lies in that statement. How was I supposed to pick just one?
He was actually fined.
Of course.
Because he pled no contest. And that's how he got out of it. But he had to resign the vice presidency.
These are our vice presidents.
Vice presidents. Alright, so final question. probably one of the most cantankerous of the vice presidents, John C. Calhoun, vice president of Andrew Jackson. Yeah. Is it true or false that he got himself and the entire cabinet fired after ostracizing one of Jackson's friends from Washington?
You can't fire the president. You can't fire the vice president. You can't. He's the vice president. See, now, if all 5 of these were false, I'll be very upset. But it just seems like it has to be false because you can't fire the vice president. So I'm going to go against what I believe is to be true and say it's true.
It is true.
Thank you. I needed 1 point.
It is true. It was this massive fight between Calhoun and Jackson. They hated each other by the end of it, and even
they were running mates.
Yeah, and even the cabinet got involved, and it was this huge drama.
Wow.
So yes, vice presidents, because they're not making big decisions, they get up to some crazy stuff.
But wait, so he got fired? Was he fired from vice president? What happened? They just,
he exited the vice presidency. Jackson forced him out.
Did they just promote the Speaker of the House at that point?
Probably. I don't know who replaced him.
This is crazy. Our politics are very interesting in this country. Namely that the average student doesn't know anything about the vice president. The average American knows nothing about the vice presidents except the current one. That's about it. Or maybe the last 3. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you have ideas for further Brain Tank topics, please leave them below. Please try not to have them related to politics because I'm terrible at politics. That's evidence of this episode. But Kevin, hey, you got more points than me last week than I got this week, so you're catching up.
I'm getting there.
Thank you for watching.
See ya.
Yeah, we'll see you out there. Thank you for watching this episode. We hope you learned something. We definitely did. If you'd like to help us figure out more Brain Tank topics, you can write them down there in the comments below. You can also subscribe and watch an old video. You can also find us in other places around the internet, such as Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, all those great things. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you out there.